The crowds were chanting cha-cha-cha. Even in the media room, it was just this thing that we were feeling that it would be the winner. Hello, welcome to my post-Eurovision reaction review in a car on the way home from Liverpool itself, where I have spent the last 7 days meeting the artists and soaking in the atmosphere of Eurovision. So I wanted to do this post-Eurovision breakdown of how I felt the competition went and thinking about the results and perhaps some things that they should change in Eurovision for next year. So let's deep dive into the final result, which of course, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Eurovision yet, I'm about to tell you who has won, was won by Loreen with Tattoo, which is a fantastic song and one of my favourites from this year for sure. But in close second was Finland's Cha-Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha-Cha. Let's just talk about the voting system for a quick minute and then we'll discuss all the other entries, but I just want to talk about how and why Sweden won against Finland. Two strong songs, two very different songs as well. In first place, Tattoo by Loreen, 583 points altogether. That gave her the winning score. The public gave Loreen 243 votes, and I did note, and I believe this is true, she didn't get any 12s from any country from the public vote, and the jury gave Loreen 340 votes, so altogether that 583 points. Then Finland, Käärijä, Cha-Cha-Cha, 526 points altogether. The public gave Cha-Cha-Cha 376 points against Loreen's 243. But the jury only gave him 150 points. And so of course we have this big difference between what the jury was voting for and what the public were voting for. And so this is where I want to talk about how we possibly could change up the system in terms of voting, because I think as a viewer and lover of Eurovision, when I'm watching, I kind of want what the audience visibly and audibly wants to happen. And so last night it was clear that the fan favourite, and again, I'm not saying Loreen's not a fan favourite as well, because I absolutely love Loreen and I think that she's fantastic and I love her song Tattoo. But I think just on the night, the crowds were chanting cha-cha-cha. Even in the media room, it was just this thing that we were feeling that it would be the winner. And so seeing that the jury kind of set Loreen pretty much so far ahead that it was nigh impossible to reach her with public vote, it sort of changed the mood a little bit. And I think that potentially some changes that could be made could be that we still have the jury vote, but that it is less of an impact than the public vote. So perhaps it could be that we have up to 5 points from the jury and then still up to 12 for the public. And that might just give the fan favourite more of a chance. You know, it still might be that even with a slight change in the rules like that, that Loreen would have won. You know, fair play. And as I say, it's a fantastic song anyway, but I just think that there's potential for a few changes for next year when we go to Sweden. I love Sweden. So those were just my thoughts initially on our first two places, but we must talk about the other placements here as well, because there were a few shockers. I was taken aback by some of the results that we had. So I'm not going to talk about everyone, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I had a personal feeling towards and that I just want to say a few things. Let's get the United Kingdom done first, my home country. And after last year with Sam Ryder, I feel like everyone was kind of hoping that we would kick it up a gear again and this would be a thing that we do now. We're you know, not necessarily going to be at the bottom of the leaderboard every year. However, this year it just wasn't meant to be, and on the night I guess it didn't resonate with viewers or the jury. So there we go, we came second to last. But I'm really sad about Germany coming last. I feel like they really should not have come last. Am I alone in that? Obviously I supported Lord of the Lost on this channel. I interviewed them, they're lovely guys, but that aside, I feel like their entry was strong, and visually, musically, I really enjoyed it. I don't know what it is that Germany could have done to get a better result. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. So Spain wasn't my favourite entry this year, but Spain and France, there was an audible kind of shock sensation when their votes came in, so that was interesting. And also Austria, who the hell is Edgar? What happened there? That was a fan favourite, I thought, but in terms of fan votes, I'm just looking at the order here. So altogether they got 120, 16 on the public vote. 16! I mean, in terms of jury vote, they got 104, but when the 16 came in for public, I think that was a bit shocking, especially as a couple of entries that maybe I thought would be below them came above them. Cyprus I thought would do better than they did. I also thought that Australia with Promise by Voyager would do better than it did, but again, I'm guessing it didn't necessarily resonate. I have to remember as well, I've been hearing these songs back to back constantly in dress rehearsals and also just in my own time kind of studying everything so many times that I've gotten to know them like you would an album that you've listened to 100 times. So I hear them differently now, I guess, than you would maybe if it was your first time listening to a song. And then Belgium did quite well, Estonia did quite well. I really like both of those songs. Norway I thought would be top 5, so that's not surprising. They came in at number 5 with 268. Then Italy did better than I thought that they would, even though I'm not mad about that, because I really thought when I saw Marco singing this live, I thought, wow, he has a great voice, and actually it carried the song onto another level for me. And then we had Israel Unicorn, which I assumed would do really well. So Noah Carell, she is very famous in Israel, and so she has a lot of fans, I think, just globally anyway. So her song Unicorn did really well last night, and she did a great performance. I love the dance break. So that came in third with 362 points. That one was kind of evenly split within the public and the jury vote, so 185 public vote and 177 jury vote. So there we go. I think the changes that I suggested are potentially good ones, and we should think about that, because it feels like the public's winner this year was Finland, and the jury's winner, and some of the public's winner, was Loreen. I don't know what else to say about it, except that maybe to me there are 2 winners this year, and I feel bad for Finland, but they should also feel really proud because they did such a great job, and Loreen as well. Such a great job, such a well-written song, and I'm excited to see what the competition is like in Sweden next year. So let me know your thoughts. What did you think of this year's Eurovision? Do you agree with me that there could be some changes in terms of the vote? Do you think that the right person won, the wrong person won? Let me know your thoughts, and also tell me about your favourites from the rest of the list, and where you think different artists like Voyager and Lord of the Lost should have come. Let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm going to continue my journey home now, and my future reactions will not be in a car. Okay, bye.